You see that?
Yeah.
I ain't just for like 3 years. I need to get redone.
Yeah. That's it.
Them the main ones.
I'm just excited to be fighting one, a guy that got 2 belts, a guy that's in the, one of the top in the division. I'm ready to shut everybody up. I'm expecting him to do what he always do, and I'm gonna capitalize every mistake that he make, and I'm gonna show him why I'm really like that. He gonna see the difference, his levels.
Fire, stop.
Oh, I like you as a fighter. I like him. He's a good fighter, man. Yeah, to me, he got a good jab. He can box, and he got this.
I feel like after this fight is I'm the man, in any division. So I feel like I'm taking over boxing. Starting June 27. You will hear the words in the new on June 27.
Yeah, I keep telling them, the more technique, the more power. It don't matter how big and strong you are. Your technique is really where your power is. He got good technique.
June 27. Y'all know what's going on. In the new. It's time to have fun. The easy work. Look phenomenal. Come home with a big knockout. About to be a 2-time unified weight division champ. The best in the world, the best ever. Make sure y'all tune in. Shout out to our haters too.
Jaron Ennis is entering the most important phase of training camp as he prepares for what could become the biggest test of his professional career. The undefeated champion is getting ready to face Xander Zayas in a major unified super welterweight championship fight with the WBA and WBO titles on the line. The highly anticipated matchup is scheduled to take place on June 27, 2026, at the Barclays Center, where both fighters will look to make a defining statement in the 154-pound division.
Be more comfortable. I can do what I want. June 27th, big knockout. The biggest knockout. Whatever he think he can do, I do way better. You can't jab better than me, you're not faster than me, you're not slicker than me, you're not stronger than me. Your defense not better than mine, like your footwork not better than mine. It's levels.
Throughout the footage, Jaron Ennis appears completely confident in his abilities, showing no signs of doubt as he prepares for the challenge ahead. He speaks firmly about his plans to take control of the 154-pound division and make it clear that his goals extend beyond simply collecting championship belts. Ennis insists that he wants to remove any remaining questions surrounding his status and establish himself as the leading fighter in the division. He also points to his versatility inside the ring, explaining that he can adjust to different styles and opponents while maintaining that his overall skill set and ring IQ separate him from the rest of the competition.
Locked in, depending on my last name, taking my name to the next level, because I want to just be generational, and carry whoever behind me, carry the torch. When I got a fight coming up and it's a big name or something for a belt or something like this, that drives me every day, because I know like this is what I've been waiting for all my life since I've been an amateur. I always wanted to turn pro since I was like 15, 14. I hated the amateur, so my dream and goal was when I was to turn pro, like I would win every belt, every weight division that I'm at, and we starting it now. So.
Robert Garcia shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas, describing it as one of the most interesting matchups currently available in the division due to the contrast in styles and approaches. Garcia praised Ennis for his elite-level talent, exceptional hand speed, and polished boxing ability, calling him one of the most gifted fighters in the sport today. At the same time, he credited Zayas for accepting a challenge that many young contenders might avoid. According to Garcia, that confidence and willingness to take risks could give Zayas a genuine opportunity to prove himself when they finally meet inside the ring.
Credit to Xander, right? Taking on a guy that I'm sure most people told him not to, but he is a unified champ. You gotta fight the guys.
And look, and I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls it off. Very few give him a chance, but he's a big boy. He's strong. He has the heart, and a fighter that's dedicated, because I know he's very dedicated, very disciplined, heart. And he's big enough to be able to take punch.
Because of his size, durability, and constant pressure, Robert Garcia believes the fight could become increasingly difficult as it moves into the later rounds. While Jaron Ennis is widely viewed as the more explosive and naturally talented fighter, Garcia emphasized that Xander Zayas' ability to keep a steady pace and handle punishment may help him remain competitive throughout the contest. He also pointed out that as fatigue begins affecting both fighters, Zayas could become a serious problem and continue presenting challenges deep into the fight.
Have to look sensational and put a beating on him the first half of the fight. But I think if it goes later, I think Boots is in trouble because Sander has tremendous heart, big boy. It's a warrior. He has the heart that won't stop him. He won't back up. I think he has a chance. Honestly, I do.
Oscar De La Hoya also shared his opinion on the upcoming showdown between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas, calling it a significant matchup between two highly skilled fighters that could create an intriguing clash of styles at 154 pounds. He praised Ennis for his outstanding hand speed, smooth movement, and impressive athleticism, explaining that Boots possesses the natural ability needed to take over a fight once he settles into a comfortable rhythm inside the ring.
I really do think it's a clash of the titans if you really think about it. Boots is a tremendous fighter. He's a beast. He's fast. He's elusive. He's strong. He can change up his combinations. His footwork is impeccable. But then you have Zayas, who's a big guy who throws a lot of punches, who's young, who's strong, but he's motivated. He's hungry. I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think it's.
At the same time, Oscar De La Hoya gave Xander Zayas credit for his determination and relentless work rate, noting that his high punch output and constant forward pressure could place Jaron Ennis in situations he does not often encounter. Discussing the possible outcome, De La Hoya suggested that Ennis should adopt an aggressive strategy from the opening bell rather than beginning too cautiously. In his view, if Ennis commits to applying pressure early, the fight could develop into an exciting battle that fans remember for a long time.
That Boots uses that Philly shell, but it walks him down. I don't want him to move around, and it's going to make it very difficult for Zayas, and we might see one of those fights where it's like, oh, it's a 12-0 shutout. No, if we see the Philly style moving forward, and where Boots wants to maybe knock him out, then we will see a great fight because Zayas loves that interaction. Zayas loves to throw combinations. He'll get hit a couple of times to hit you 5-6 times back. So I think hopefully we're going to see that style, but I really do feel this.
Greg Hackett provided a detailed breakdown of a potential clash between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas, describing it as one of the most fascinating matchups in the division because of their contrasting styles and the momentum both fighters currently possess. He praised Zayas for the progress he has shown over recent fights, pointing to his performance against Abbas Baru as evidence of his toughness and composure under pressure. Hackett also noted that Zayas continues improving every time he steps into the ring and is quickly developing into a complete fighter rather than simply a promising prospect.
In that fight with Abbas Baru showed us he definitely a dog. I mean, he had to fight down in that fight. He took some shots too. You know what I'm saying? He got worked out a little bit too. And fights like that you learn from. Not saying Abbas is a comparison of, of course he's not, but that did show him something about himself. You know what I mean? He can take a shot and he can fight through tough times. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't do that. Boots just need a body. He needs somebody like Xander. You know what I mean? Xander is, when it comes to experience, I'm gonna say they somewhat similar, but then again, no, because Boots do got better names than Xander. I think so. You know what I mean? Xander's just a champion at 54. But Boots is, to me, better skilled, sharper, and I think he punches a little harder. You know what I mean? More accurate. But I think it's a great fight because Xander knows that he can't just be his regular self. He can't be his normal self. He got to be his super version of himself. You know what I'm saying? He has to tap into that. And I feel like Boots understand that too. So that's actually just a great fight. But
when comparing this matchup to other possible opponents, Greg Hackett suggested that Xander Zayas may present a more interesting challenge for Jaron Ennis than Virgil Ortiz Jr., mainly because of the variety he brings to the ring. In Hackett's opinion, Zayas possesses a broader skill set, while Ortiz relies more heavily on pressure and straightforward aggression. He also explained that Zayas is capable of boxing effectively at long range while still being comfortable exchanging punches and working on the inside whenever the situation requires it.
Versus Virgil? Yeah.
Why?
Xander's bigger, better skill set, and he is the champion. Virgil isn't the champion, it hasn't been the champion. So it's stakes, as far as the stakes is better, as far as the styles is better. And listen, I'm not saying Xander is a lot better than Virgil, but what I'm saying is he brings a little bit more to the table than Virgil. Virgil, we know what Virgil is going to be. Virgil is going to be a bull in heat. That's it. Just a bull in heat. Now, Xander has the option. He can box, fight inside. You know what I mean? He got options, so I think it's a better fight, style-wise.
However, despite acknowledging the improvements Xander Zayas has made, Greg Hackett still believes Jaron Ennis holds the edge in overall skill, accuracy, and natural boxing talent. He suggested that Ennis may need to produce one of the best performances of his career, almost an elevated version of himself, to completely break down a fighter with Zayas' style and strengths. In the end, Hackett predicted a clear but competitive victory for Ennis on the scorecards, likely by an 8-4 or 9-3 margin.
I see Boots stepping on the gas though, but Xander could, I don't know what Xander's power like, but he could earn some type of respect. He could with a shot, or either a good jab or some good movement. He could make Boots kind of respect him in a way where he'll take his time. But we don't know if that's a good thing because we saw Boots take his time with Villa and see how that happened. And then we seen him jump on a guy like Stadionis to see what happens. So it's tough to say, but I just think Xander, I do respect Xander a whole lot. I like Xander, you know what I mean? And I'm one of the guys who said I watch Xander get better every fight. And if you don't think so, then go back early in his career and watch the fight. I think he get better every fight. So with a Boots fight, I think he's definitely...
Robocast offered a direct assessment of a possible fight between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas, strongly suggesting that Zayas should avoid taking this matchup at the current stage of his career. He argued that Ennis operates on a completely different level, particularly in terms of hand speed, punching power, and overall ring control. In his view, accepting such a dangerous challenge too soon could interrupt Zayas' development and slow his long-term progress. Instead, he recommended that Zayas continue gaining experience and gradually move toward the 160-pound division, allowing him to mature physically before facing an elite fighter like Ennis.
I like Hav is a great coach. Look, I don't want to see him fight Boots, man, just because, like, as folks, but that's also folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what's going to happen if Boots fights Xander. Boots is just too strong, too fast. I mean, that has to be next. I mean, I know that there's other speculations and conversations going on and stuff about Boots, but
he's the mentor.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know, man. Xander, just go up to 160, bro.
Scooter Davis spoke highly of Jaron Ennis, describing him as one of his favorite fighters to watch and emphasizing how valuable it is to earn praise from a former unified champion. He explained that recognition from someone with that level of accomplishment carries real significance and views Ennis as an example of what a modern elite boxer looks like. Davis also mentioned that he studies Ennis closely, using his style and approach to better understand what separates top-level fighters from everyone else in the sport.
That was one of my personal favorite fighters. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I'm just watching the interview, like, regular. You know what I'm saying? Because I like Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? I watch Boots. I've been watching Boots before he even got to mainstream. You know what I mean? When he was just fighting on all the Showtime cards. So I just like the way he fights. So to just be, you know, naturally just watching boxing and to hear my name, my mouth dropped like, what? Like, you know who I am? So it was cool. Like, and I always told everybody, like, man, I want to go meet Boots and, you know, learn from him. And because I feel like, again, like kind of what he said, I kind of got some of the similar things that he has, some of the abilities and, you know, some of the little tricks of the trade that he has. And I want to be able to learn. I'm a sponge, you know what I mean? I'm not a person that I want to be able to learn how he did this so I can implement and put my own swag to it and be like, and I'm going to give somebody props. If I do something and get a knockout and it was one of Boots' moves, I'm going to be like, hey, Boots, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Out loud. Like, I am not a gatekeeper or none of that. I give everybody.
While discussing the upcoming fight between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas, Scooter Davis described Ennis as a special talent with a complete skill set and elite-level ability. At the same time, he showed respect for Zayas, calling him a tough, disciplined, and hard-working fighter with proven durability. He explained that both men bring different but equally important strengths into the matchup, which is exactly what makes the contest such an interesting clash of styles.
That's a good fight. That's a great fight. I think Boots is special, and Xander is a workhorse. You know, Xander's going to do everything right. He's going to say everything politically correct. He's going to implement the game plan. I just don't know if it'll be enough, but it's worth watching, and I want to see. I want to see how. And they kind of, now I'm looking at them, they kind of talking greasy. So, you know, they talking crazy. So I'm really ready to see it. I don't know what's going to happen, man. It's going to be a great fight, and I'll definitely be tuned in, glued.
Xander Zayas has spoken ahead of the biggest challenge of his career, making it clear that his focus extends beyond simply adding another victory to his record. Instead, he is determined to build a legacy that will remain long after his fighting days are over. He emphasized that every bout at this stage of his journey carries genuine significance, and each performance contributes to the larger story he hopes to create within the sport of boxing.
Or love to be average in life. I wasn't born to be average. I was born to make history. I was born to keep writing history. I've been writing it since the day I was born. And this is no exception. This is the biggest name. This is the biggest test. And I'm gonna write history one more time. That's what it's all about. That's what you're in.
Xander Zayas explained that his mindset is centered on proving himself through meaningful challenges rather than chasing quick victories or short-term rewards. He made it clear that his goal is not simply to build an impressive record, but to secure a lasting place in boxing history by taking risks that help define a fighter's legacy. He also stressed that he has intentionally chosen the most difficult path available, fully understanding the dangers and consequences that come with such an ambitious journey.
All names or all guys that were champion 3-4 years ago, or just fight an easy fight that you know you could win and get easy money. But when everything is on the line, when a lot of people is doubting you, that's when the stakes are high. That's when you got to perform, and that's where I perform.
Paulie Malignaggi reacted to the quick agreement between Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis, suggesting that the fast process of making the fight official may slightly benefit Ennis. He raised the possibility that the timing of the deal could have unintentionally given Ennis an advantage, arguing that it may create momentum in his favor before either fighter even steps into the ring.
Game right away, man. I did not think that Zayas fight with Ennis could be made so quickly. I thought, especially from the top rank perspective, they would play with a couple of years still for Zayas to develop into his prime, while Ennis maybe needs it right now. And so the fight being made, I think, is more advantageous.
Paulie Malignaggi also pointed to the risks facing Xander Zayas and his team by accepting such a major fight at this point in his development. While he acknowledged the confidence and ambition behind the decision, he warned that making aggressive moves too early in a career can bring serious consequences if the timing is not right. In his view, courage and ambition are valuable qualities, but they can come at a significant price when facing an opponent of this level.
Take your time as to when, Canelo was the king of this. It's not who you fight, it's when you fight them. You fight them on, when they're not so much at their best, so to speak. So for Zayas to take on Ennis right now, when Ennis has been pretty much shrieking, that's a credit to Zayas, and it's a credit to Top Rank for having faith in their guy. But it's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. This is a.
Ultimately, Tim Bradley is not treating this fight as a simple prediction. He emphasized that while Jaron Ennis enters as the clear favorite on paper, the possibility of an upset remains very real if Xander Zayas can manage the distance, control the tempo, and remain disciplined through the early rounds. In Bradley's opinion, this is far from a guaranteed result, with much depending on how the opening moments of the fight develop.